Let me see. Okay. You know what? My child is getting on my nerves because she does not listen. She took my lip gloss and she got me because she was in here talking to me and then she just took it off my desk. That's what she did. She just took it off my desk. Um, I usually don't go live, but it's like I'm trying to, you know, get a feel for my audience because I don't really know exactly who my audience is because I touch on so many different topics and I talk about so many different things. I really don't know who's listening. I don't know. I'm getting the feel that a lot of the audience, a lot of the subscribers that I have are like me, where we're kind of like introverts. We kind of stay in the background and we observe and we don't really say anything until we have something to say. I have the feeling that my audience is like this, but I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know my audience. I need to. I mean, I don't. I talk that I do talk about so much different stuff, but it's like I do need to have a feel for what my audience wants to hear and what well not wants to hear, but let's just say I don't know how they're receiving me. I hope well enough to follow me, but I don't know. I just have a feeling that a lot of my audience is they're like me, where I see you, like I don't have nothing to say right now, but I see you. I'm watching you. And it's enough for me that they're subscribed and that they listen to me. Although I have noticed that I guess the things that I post on my community board must be rubbing certain people the wrong way. I mean, I talk about different things. So if you don't like something that I post, I understand. But I guess my question is, do you just follow me to hear things that mean something to you? I mean, I don't know. Why do you follow me? I would rather have people follow me that understand me. And I think I've said this before. So I'm okay if people decide that they don't want to follow me. I'm absolutely okay with that. Um, but it's important for me to kind of finally connect with those who do follow me because I don't want them to think that I don't care because I do care. I'm appreciative that they follow me and they have been following me since I started making my videos. I've been on YouTube since I think I've been on YouTube since 2012 and I finally came out of my shell and decided to start talking back in 2023 because a lot of us introverts, we hey Queen Dree, how are you? I've been watching you. I'll be in the background, honey, but I be watching you. I can't always catch your lives, but I be watching you and I make sure to like. Um, I what I will say to you since you're on here now, What I would say to you is I think that you are a good example. I think you're a good example. Good. I think you are a very good example of a mother who understands what it's like to handle things by yourself and not be able to get the support that you need from the person you should be getting it from or the people you should be getting it from, like for instance, your children's father. Like, I understand this and I tend to follow people who I can relate to, you know. So when I first started watching you, I was like, she's very bold. Um, she's very determined, and I could see that she wants better for herself. And she never minds what other people have to say. And that's something that, yes, and that's something that I respect. And see, what people got to understand is respect can come from any background, no matter who you are. You could be somebody who stay in an apartment, you could be somebody who stay in a mansion. Does that mean that I'm going to respect you more because you're in a mansion? No, because I have been around all types. I've been out of the country, I've been up and through the country, this country, other countries. So, what I can say is your character speaks. It speaks. Not to mention that you are a Southern girl. So I like you for that reason anyway, because I'm a Southern girl at heart. Like, but the thing about me is, I was saying earlier that it's hard for me. And I know for some people, it's so easy for them. It's so easy for them to get on here every day or, whenever and just start talking. And for people like me who are natural introverts, who tend to be Oh, thank you. I appreciate it because I really don't know my audience. I'm just being real with you. I don't know my audience. Like, my audience is small, but I was saying how I think that my audience, I probably have an audience that's like me, where we're introverts and we don't really say too much unless it's worth saying or there's a need to say something. We observe. That's what we do. Um, but I gotta promote myself because I have my own business, and most people don't even know that I have my own business. But that's because I don't come live. I usually just do my videos and post. And it's not because I don't care about what people have to say or I'm intimidated by what people have to say, because that's not the case. But it's more because I don't talk a lot. I just don't say things unless it's something that I need to say. I'm not necessarily thinking about thank you. You know what? I appreciate that you said that because a lot of us are smart. But I got teased about that when I was in school where, I got bullied. I got bullied in school because I was really quiet. Um, I didn't talk to people. See, people didn't know what was going on in my family life either. So when I got to school, I didn't have a lot of friends because I was poor. We didn't have a lot of money. Um, sometimes, yeah, sometimes I don't like to talk about it. I really don't like to talk about it, but sometimes I would go to school and I wouldn't have like clean clothes and stuff. So it got hard. I don't want to cry. I'm not trying to cry. I don't want to make this a crying session, but I'm just trying to give you a background as to why I don't talk much. Why I am the way I am now. Like, because you would have people who would pretend to be your friend just to get in your business. And then once they get in your business, they come to school, they talk about you to their friends, and then you get humiliated. But it caused me to kind of stay to myself. You know what I'm saying? Where I got to the point where it wasn't about me having friends anymore because I knew I couldn't trust anybody. So when you getting it from school and then you got to come home and get it from home, it's a lot as a child. You know what I'm saying? I think you're right. I think you're right. It's just me breaking out of that shell and like finally deciding to talk. Cause that's really what it is. It's me just cutting the live on and just talking so that people will understand I'm not a mean person. I'm not trying to come off as intimidated. And I am not a victim, but a survivor. Like I tend to stress that a lot in my videos because I don't want people to feel like they have to feel sorry for me because I am a very strong person. And you should know that because I see it in you as well. Thank you. I mean, I just yeah, because it's like I don't it, you, when you a survivor, you know how to survive and you don't lose that instinct. It's gonna be with you, okay? Because you're gonna get through it, period. And if it's anything that we know how to do is stay strong for ourselves and for our children. Because at no point do I want my children growing up as victims. And they are strong as I don't know what, okay? Especially in the mind. They are strong. And that's what they need to be. That's what they need to be. Because I'm on change. I'm about change. I want change and I want change for other people. And if I can help you get there by sharing my story, because that's what my page is about. My page is about telling you my experience and so you can see what I've been through or I can explain to you the things that I've had to go through to get to where I am. So it'll help you or boost you into getting into it yourself. Especially if I look like you or I'm coming from your background or you kind of under hello Alexis. If you kind of if you can relate to my struggles, then it will help push you if I'm there to support you, like, no, you got it. You can move in this direction. I'm telling you, you can do it this way. You don't have to do it that way. If somebody's telling you no, why are they telling you no? Are they for you or are they against you? And I was saying how you're gonna really find out who is like you're gonna find out who your enemy is, who your friends really are. You a lot of people are gonna find out that your enemy is closer to you than you thought. Okay. And some people going to find out that who you thought your enemy was is really your friend. That's the person you need in your corner. Because you might have been blindsided to some stuff where now this person or these people that you now talking to, it's like Well, I didn't know that she went through that. I would have never thought. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to open myself up to socialize a little more because I'm understanding now that in order to promote my business and promote myself, um, people have to gauge me. People have to know, how I move. Like, what kind of vibe is she on? I appreciate that because that's how I am. I don't just follow people. I have to see that people are humble. I have to see that people have a sense of humanity and respect and dignity for themselves first. Because if they don't have that for themselves, they're not going to have that for me. Okay. And people do judge you. People judge you on how you look. People judge you on how you live. People judge you on what you wear, how you talk. And it could be hard because it's like you could really be a good person. You're a sweetie. Yes. I appreciate you. I remember when you first started, following me from Sweet Ma. And it's like, and I look at y'all and I'm just like, well, they are so, I look at y'all and I'm like, y'all don't let y'all circumstances keep y'all from doing things, where especially you, like, you don't let your circumstances keep you from doing anything. You've shown people your house, and I was like, oh wait. But I was like, she getting over here and she deep cleaning, and I'm gonna tell you what, I have those days when I'm just in depression and I'm just like, I can't do it, it's just too much. And you got no kids and I only have two and I'm struggling. Okay, I'll be like, because when you grow up as an abused child like I did, when I had children, one of the first things I said was, I don't want to do to my kids what was done to me. So I struggled with the way I needed to discipline them or teach them right from wrong or teach them consequences. But what I found is once I went on my healing journey and I decided that I was going to live for me and not nobody else, then it came to me that you don't have to do it that way. Because you'll find that the kids these days, they don't learn that way anyway. You can beat them kids and it won't mean a damn thing. Okay? Nothing. And that's the thing. Like you not nasty. I know you not nasty, honey. And I'm oh Lord Jesus. Y'all want to hear do you want to hear a phone call with my significant other? This is a series that I got coming where I don't know if you know, but my significant other is locked up, right? So I said I wanted to do what yes, yes. Hello. Yeah, you I called back. Boo, you caught me on a live. I'm on a live. I got a subscriber on here talking with me. You caught me on live, but I did tell her. All right, so she can listen to this. She can listen to your boo trying to get some money. All right, you hear me, boo? I hear you. Yeah. All right, look. No, maybe it ain't that business. Cause see, she look, I'm on live, you call, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I should pick up the phone right now. But I'm like, yeah, this is a series that's gonna be happening next year. So they're gonna start hearing a lot of this. Oh shit. Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is he then. This is the man. But nah, boo. Look, about that jump start we talking about, right? Well, I mean, that you should have planted this seed.
All right, boo. You listen to me?
I'm listening to you and everybody else too.
All right,
Hey.
what I'm saying though. All right, I want you to make this. Look, I feel so confident in myself about this, right? That yeah, shit. I guess you're always the missing piece of the puzzle. I mean, I guess let me tell it.
Yeah.
But I'm saying though, like if you don't see no income, boo, you can leave me the fuck alone after this. If you agree though.
I probably won't, but you can go ahead.
I mean, I just give me this. You can make this your truly last investment.
I already made my last
And then,
investment last
no,
year.
listen, no, listen, boo. I know, listen, boo. I'm busy though. I know, I know. I ain't even gonna call this. I mean, it is called an investment, but I'm gonna say it's a jump start, something if I can have for my own.
I'm listening.
Put it that way. All right. What I said is, if you don't see no type of income, you can leave me alone.
I will. You better make sure you understand that. Because you don't say nothing to me. You know I'm telling you now. You don't say
I'm
nothing
so
to me and think
positive.
you know how I am.
I'm so positive. I'm so positive about this. I'm so positive about this. But the investment is okay. Put it like this: I should be able to double.
I don't like I should be able to double with nothing. So what we talking about?
Cause sometimes I might have to, you know what I'm saying? I might have to sell some for food. Everything can't be on the cash out.
What we selling? What you talking about selling? What you selling?
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying.
You said you all right now we on live. You sure you want to say what you selling?
That's what I'm saying. Nah, that's what I'm saying. Okay. I can speak for only with. I can speak for. I can speak our language. Remember what I was so ashamed of that I cried to you about?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I'm listening now. You keep pausing. Like what's
Okay, that answers your question, boo.
okay, but you ain't I don't hear no money yet. I don't hear no money yet.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, I said. Oh, what the investment is going to cost?
Yeah.
Well, one. Okay, okay. I can get. I'm gonna give it to you like this. Um, you still got a lanyard, boo?
I still got a what?
A lanyard.
Yeah, I got a lanyard.
Okay. Is it like? Is it in? Can you find it right now, or is that gonna be hard to find?
Yeah, it's hard to find.
Okay. Shit. I'm trying to give you an example of this size I'm talking about. I want to say it.
Then say
Okay.
it. You don't want the people to hear you.
Okay. No, use your driver's license. A quarter of that is 75. Half of that is 150. The whole is 500.
So what you need from me?
I want to buy a half. That way I can make some money on the app and sell some for food or hygiene to get what I need also right then and there.
I don't know. I need to think about this because hell no, I ain't think about nothing. I already told you that I wasn't doing shit, but you still asking me to do shit.
This is not that. Like I say, this is something to help me get on for my own. And if I can't show no proof of income towards this, because all the income is coming to you. Because I'm gonna have to call you and check and say, okay, such and such do this, and such and such, what's the name, how much you spend, blah 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 blah. So these motherfuckers can get what they got coming. So it's gonna come. It's coming through you.
All right. So let me say this, because you already put this on the table. That if you said that if you don't make the money,
if I don't show no proof of income of none of this $150 that you about to give, well, invest or help my jump start, you can leave me the fuck alone.
Y'all heard that, right? Y'all heard that? Okay, I got witnesses to what you said. So if you
What time is it?
Talking about what time is it? 1:39.
1:39 is the time stamp. On what? On January what? What's today? The 21st?
Yo.
29? What time you said it was?
I ain't trying to hear all that shit. Fuck all that. 150. You said 150. And if you don't make no profit off of that, I can leave your ass. That's what you saying.
Yeah.
So when I'm supposed to have this, when you need this now?
Sure.
You ain't getting it today. You ain't getting it today.
I ain't there. How would I know?
So when you need to have it by is my question.
Friday.
This Friday or next Friday?
This Friday.
Next Friday. Next Friday.
If the offer's still an offer, yes, all right.
Well, you better find out.
All right.
You got next Friday. If the offer is still there, let me know. If it's not, let me know. And then I'll try to make something happen by Friday. But remember what you said, because I got witnesses.
Yep, I got a witness.
Okay, because you know I'm a bounce. I'm out. You ain't got to worry about it. I'm trying to tell you. Say less.
Yeah, all right, we'll see. And what? I can't wait for this.
Yeah.
This will put the icing on the cake and like, okay, this is what it might be when he be home. Provided for one, he's keeping his word.
You better, because you ain't got no choice right now. You ain't got no choice. You better make sure this is a deal you want to make.
This is the deal. I'm confident.
Okay. All right. Well, they heard you, like I said. I got witnesses, so you can't go back and say you didn't say it.
Why would I do that?
You better not.
That means I'm lying to you in your face.
That's right. Even if you ain't in my face. Watch it. Don't get nasty, because we got company. We got company.
I'm there at GG13.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Well, I guess you need to find out. You need to find out whether or not next Friday is a go. If it's not, then you need to let me know.
That rhymes, but okay. I love you and thank you, and I will let you know. But it might have to be through my aunt.
Okay.
Because I'm being stingy with these phone calls. I gotta call you. I gotta talk to you.
Okay. And if worse come to worse, if he say no next Friday too long, then I'll find out if Aunt Chris can give it to you, and I'll give it to her.
Okay.
If she can't, then yeah, we'll go from there.
Okay.
Okay. I love you too.
All right, boo.
Nah.
Y'all be good.
You too.
Don't cut me out either.
Okay. All right.
A little 15 minutes. All right, boy. I love you. I'm gone. Thank you.
All right. All right, y'all. Y'all heard that. That was unexpected. It's crazy because I had just spoke to him probably like 20 minutes before I went live. I had just spoke with him. I wasn't expecting him to call again, because the road that we have been on with each other, we've been together since 2016. Okay. We've been together since 2016. But he got locked up the next year. So we've been together since then. Okay. It's been a long road with him. Long road. We done been through so much shit. He is. He the you know how they be like, you know how we be like, oh, he seems like such a good man and he got so much potential. Okay. He do got potential. But you got to weed through all the bullshit. And we had to do all of that. We had to do so much work with each other while he was back there. I done cut him off plenty of times. We stopped talking. I mean, he done been doing some shit back there. I done did some shit out here. Like it's been a roller coaster. What I can say is we both grown, we both matured. The way he sound now, that was not him in the beginning. That was not him. He was such a hothead. You couldn't tell him nothing. I'm a Libra. I'm a Libra queen. I'm a Libra, but my energy resonates Scorpio. So if I come off that way, that's why. It resonates Scorpio. Because I have a lot of Scorpio in my chart. It's heavy. But I'm a Libra. You know, I mean well. I love compromise. No, don't do us like that. Don't do us like that. I'm just saying, I'm a special Libra. That's how I see it. I'm a special Libra. Most people have to ask me what my sign is because I do not come off as a Libra. For a lot of people, I don't come off as a Libra. It's only certain people who can pick up on that because I mostly resonate Scorpio energy. That's why Scorpios tend to be not necessarily in the closet, more like in the bushes watching your ass, waiting to see what the hell is really going on. But yeah, I'm all into that type of stuff. So if y'all ever wanted to do like y'all birth chart so y'all can know more about yourself, I'm here for y'all. But mostly I just want to talk with y'all. Like I just want to, so y'all get to know me. Because you'll be surprised at the type of stuff that I'm through. You'll be surprised at the type of things I can offer you. I'm prior military. I don't work for the government. I've been at the Pentagon. I've been at the IRS. I used to work at the Washington Navy Yard. I think that's what it was. So I've been on plenty of bases working for the Department of Defense. That's primarily my work background. But then I'm also a relationship coach, so I know most people will be like, oh, well, how you gonna give me relationship advice? You're not married, but I was married. And me and my spouse have like we have a cordial relationship where we were always able to still deal with each other, still be around each other. We still like that to this day. Both of my kids are by him, thank goodness. Oh girl, I'm telling you, I'm so glad. I'm telling you, even though he a handful too. See, I have an attraction to bad boys. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I have an attraction to bad boys. Okay. I can't help that. I like what I like. Okay. And what I will tell you is they had the good. Okay. They had what I was looking for. Let me say it like that. But what else I noticed about that is I also come from a traumatic background. So if you don't know, I'm a foster child, or I was a foster child. Okay. So you see my videos on about CPS, or the videos that I've talked about like Allie Carter and stuff like that, it's because I went through shit like that in CPS as well. But I was a baby. You know, my mother was in foster care with me. Okay, she was a foster child when she had me. Um, I'm on, I'm going to go home and like I'm going to investigate some things about what happened. But yeah, so when you a foster child, you already seem to have a rapport with strangers more so than your own. You get what I'm saying? Um yeah, I'm because I'm quiet, I'm low key, and it's like I try not to cause problems. Like I'm not a chaos type of person. I don't like that shit. I'm not a drama filled person. I don't like that too much. Even though, I'll listen to other people's stuff. But for me, it'll be more like, well, this is what she should do. I'm more of a helping type of trying to get you out of the situation. I'm what you call a fixer. I kind of feel like you know what that's like, Queen Dree, to be a fixer, where you always trying to, or you think you could help this person, you know what I'm saying, do better. I agree with you. You know how you try to help, you can help this person with this problem. You know how you can help this get this person out of this problem. But what I had to learn through experience is that you can't help somebody that don't want to help themselves. You get what I'm saying? Give me 1 minute, okay? But yeah, I'm back. It's just like, yeah, you say I'm a fixer, but I'm messy as well, you know what? Fixers have another side. You know what I'm saying? We put our good faith effort first. Okay, you're gonna see our supportive nature first until you mess up. Okay, and that's just what it is. Cause I'm the same way. When I see something, I was like, wait a minute, this ain't what it is. Fall back. You got to fall back at that point. Because you know how it is when people are showing you their best person first. They're showing you their representative. Okay. That's who you seeing first. You seeing their representative. And that rep is going to show you everything you need to see. You know what I'm saying? Everything you need to see, or everything you want to see. Let me say it like that. They're going to show you everything you want to see first. But then 2-3 months, 2-3 weeks later, or however long it takes for them to start showing you their shadow side. And that shadow side is what you really need to see. I heard somebody say, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I try not to talk about people. And if I do talk about people, I don't call names. It's not necessary. But if I'm explaining something to somebody where I'm trying to get them to understand this and this and this happened, there's a way to explain it without calling their name, because that part is not significant. The significant part is what came out of that situation. Why did it happen? When did it happen? Whatever the case, it's certain ways that you can do things. I feel like sometimes people just want to be messy though. And people just want to mess you over if they feel like they can't get out of you anymore what they got from you before. And that's when they tend to flip the script and want to be vindictive and do shit. Oh yes, honey, you will find out that people like us attract narcs like nobody's business. I call them narc bodies. You'll hear me call them narc bodies. If I'm talking about them, I call them narc bodies. That's what they are to me. Because these people, the way I describe it when I'm talking to people and I'm trying to help them understand why it seems like this person is not, they're not getting it. They're constant victims, or they like to shift blame to you. Every time it seems like every time you try to bring up something to get some resolution, all right, they try to flip the script on you, change the subject, dismiss it, start talking about other stuff, you know, make it seem like you actually the bad guy. Oh, hell no. That ain't what we doing. Cause I'll flip it on your ass just like that. I do not play. I don't play about that. But when I'm trying to help people, it's more like I'm trying to help you ground in who you are and see what you're doing. Okay. Because it's easy to point the finger at somebody else. It's not as easy for people to hone in on what's going on with them. They're not going to be able to receive you if they're not even receiving themselves. Okay. You got to be one with yourself first. So that's why I feel like a lot of people don't want to. I have the feeling that a lot of people don't want to come to me or don't want to talk to me, or they have problems approaching me because they feel like maybe I'm too, I don't know if I come off um harsh. I don't try to come off harsh. I'm just a direct person. And I'm about business. I tend to be a serious person. I have a Capricorn rising, okay? So that's how I'm going to come off to people. Like I'm about business. I can't help that. That's just who I am. And I'm not going to feel sorry about that because it bothers you, because I don't give you the sugar cookie way of things when I go to explain things. I'm just a realist. That's what I am. Um but I am able to explain things to people in a way that they can understand. You get what I'm saying? I can explain it to you in a way that you understand. You just have to let me know what it is you're looking for. I tend to focus on the individual. So when I'm dealing with couples, for instance, I'm going to focus on both of them, but I'm going to focus on them individually as well. Where I'm going to tell you what I see that you're doing as I listen to you and as I watch your body language. I'm going to let you know what I'm observing from you, what I'm taking from you. And then I'm going to let the other person know. And then I'm going to explain to them how this is meshing with them, with the two of them. What you're not seeing that this person is trying to express to you, why this person is not receiving what you're giving off the way that you're giving it off. Okay. Because that matters. A lot of times people don't understand it's their tone, it's their body language. Okay. It's a difference in saying, okay, we're not doing this mess today. Okay, y'all, we're not going to do this mess today. Or I bet you better not come this way today. Okay, there's a difference. There's a difference. If I come at you like this, what are you gonna think? So people have to realize that it's sometimes it's how you say things as well. Me as a survivor, you know what I'm saying? Hello, vet. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you, Queen Dree. I know some of these people know you, but I just feel like with me, I'm not necessarily looking to scold you or pop you on the hand, but I will pop you on the hand if you're doing wrong. I will call you out. Yes, I will. And I will call you out in front of your partner. And I want you to say, oh, you just taking off because that's not the case. I'm an observer. I'm looking at you from the outside in. I'm not in your situation. So if I'm looking at you and I'm telling you something that seems to resonate with what your partner is saying, that maybe you need to check something. Because we both telling you the same thing, you're gonna catch an attitude with both of us. We're both wrong and you're right. Why? Because why is one of my favorite questions. Okay. A lot of people don't like to answer why. They don't like to dive too much into detail. And I get it. But sometimes the detail is what you need to get to because the detail is like getting down to the root. You got to get to the root of the problem. There was a video that I did. I unlisted it. I unlisted it right now. But there was a video that I did where I was talking about transcendence. I understood the transcendence that had to take place between me and my mother. Okay. It was hard for me when it first came to me, but I understood why it needed to happen. Okay. And I think once that happened for me, it healed me in an area where it's like I couldn't feel. I couldn't feel a lot. But then once I understood what really happened, it's like my heart opened up so much more. And I have a newfound respect for mothers, for daughters and children that love and have um a real love for their parents. That's something I didn't have before that time. So when people say healing journey, that's just what it is. As an individual, you going on a healing journey for yourself is for you, regardless of who understands that. Because before you can open up yourself to somebody else, to be with somebody else, you have to be resolved in that area yourself. Because if you're not, you're lacking something. You're not gonna be able to get at somebody else, no matter how much you want it. And you can end up being in a whole lot of dependent or codependent relationships. That shit is for the birds. It's for the birds. I'm telling you, it's for the birds. Thank you. Thank you. I just, it's when I'm talking to people, it's like I have a certain way that I come across to you because I understand. Okay. And some people just simply don't like the way you say something. So then they create a barrier. They ain't trying to listen. That's where you messing up. I'm not trying to attack you, sis. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to get you to where it is that you yearning to be. But you trying to get there through somebody else. That's not gonna happen. Okay. You got to have it for you. Think of it like this. If you want to be with a partner, the partner you want is not giving you what it is that you want from them. Think about whether or not you giving that to yourself. Have you? Have you given that to yourself? Because you looking for your partner to tell you that you beautiful. You looking for your partner to look at you like you the only thing in his eyesight. Anytime, all the time. But when you look in that mirror, do you only see you that way? Do you see everything else around you? All I'm saying is don't look for it in somebody else if you're not giving it to yourself. Because a lot of times, if you're giving it to yourself, that's what you're going to attract to you. You will attract that to you. Are you investing the time in yourself to make yourself look how you want? Are you investing the money in yourself? Are you investing? Because believe it or not, you have to invest time in yourself as well. It's important, even after you get in a relationship, to invest time in yourself. Your partner will understand that. I have this thing where I say, the same stuff you giving yourself now before you get a partner, you should be giving yourself that after you have a partner. Okay, you should be two independent people coming together, where even when we get together, I still want to have my time. I still need my time because I still have my life. Your partner should understand that as well. Because why? He was doing something the way he wanted to do it in his own individual self before he met you, before y'all got together. Why shouldn't he be able to do it? Granted, I'm not saying everything, okay? Not everything, but you should still have your lives. You're not going to want to be, okay, let me speak for myself. With my partner, he knows I do not, hello, Terry, thank you. I do not want to be with a partner who is up under me 24/7. I can't stand that. Ask my partner, okay? He knows. I don't like that. I never liked that. I used to ask him, don't you got somewhere to go? You ain't got nothing. You got something you want to do? I sure do. I sure do. I got stuff I want to do. And what you'll find is when y'all come back together, y'all have so much to talk about. It's like giving yourself time to miss them. You get what I'm saying? You got time to miss them. That is sexy to me because it just makes the tension. Oh my God. I just want them more after I haven't seen them in so long, or for a period of time. I want them more. It makes the conversation more enlightening. You have so much energy because now it's like we done took time for ourselves, but we had time to miss, and now we're back and we can love up on each other like we've been gone for years. And it just brings a refreshness to the relationship. Okay. And I think sometimes when people get into a relationship, they just get so caught up. And it's just like, what do we do now after the honeymoon phase? Shit, we can continue to have a damn honeymoon stage. What you mean? That honeymoon stage can keep happening. We should be so involved with ourselves and what we got going on as individuals that when we come together as couples, it makes it that much more significant because we got so much to talk about. We got so much, and you're growing at the same time. I think some people get in relationships and they just get so bogged down by the whole marriage thing. And, you got to be this way and you got to be that. Who says one size fit all? Because that shit is a lie. One size does not fit all. Okay. And what goes on behind your closed doors may not be the same thing as what's happening with your friends. That should be okay though, because that's behind closed doors and those are private matters. I don't want people around. You say, okay, nah, yes, go somewhere. Yes, because y'all just try it. If you don't have hobbies or things you like to do outside of your partner, you can start to look at each other as always having to be around in order to be able to live. That's not okay. Because at any point, one of y'all can dissipate from the situation for whatever reason. Now you in depression mode or depressed mode because why? Most of your life was entangled with this person. It's almost like you didn't have a life outside of them. Why is that? Why does your life have to stop because you get involved with somebody? And now everything you do has to be what they do, or they have to validate what you do for you to do it. Why? I mean, I'm just asking questions because I feel like some people, you don't have to live in that conservative traditional mindset where you get with somebody, you got to be dating them for a certain amount of time before you do anything. Now, to each his own. Take your time with that. I'm not telling you to rush. But if you are, I'll give you an example. I'm what you would call a hypersexual. Okay. I'm a sexual being, but I've been without my partner since 2017. Before I even knew I was a hypersexual, I knew that I liked sex. I knew that. But I'm also an abused child, okay? Sexually abused child. And so for me, for the longest time, I equated sex with love. I don't know if you guys know what that's like. But when you equate sex with love, you think that you have to put out in order to keep somebody. And that's not love. That's not it. Okay. I was like this for the longest time, where it's like I felt like I had to be the best in bed, or I had to be the best at the skills in the bedroom so that I could keep this person with me. This person want to stay. And that's not what it was. I didn't realize how much I was giving away my essence, giving away my temple. No, you don't do that at all. I would never teach anybody to do that. If you feel like you have to be if you feel like you have to give your body for someone to entertain you, that is like the lowest vibration to me. And you are selling yourself short. And you could be cutting your life short and not even know it. They have diseases out here that so many people have and don't know they have it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want any of that for anybody. I really don't. Um, and I would rather people open up about why they're having the feeling that they have for a person. I want them to like hone in on why they really feeling that way about a person. Can you really say that this person cares more for you or more for the sex that y'all have? Every time y'all come around each other, is it just about the sex, or y'all doing other things together? Can you say that y'all have a connection outside of the bedroom? Because a lot of people after the sex, it's like they realize you really don't have as much in common with this person as you may have thought. They might not be on your plane mentally, emotionally, because these are all things that matter when you're with someone. When you decide to commit yourself to someone, these are all factors that you have to look at. If you a spiritual being or you practicing spiritually, you want to be connected with yourself spiritually, but the person that you're with is not on that time. Don't you think they're going to create friction at some point? There's going to be some kind of friction. There's going to be some kind of, you know what I'm saying? I think it's important for people to have these conversations, because then you will find out if you want to invest the time. And time is something you can't get back. That is not something that I play with. I do not play about my time. Okay, I will cut you off. You don't know when you leaving, but it's important for you to be able to live your life. You can't live your life if you're busy worrying about who's there. No, worry about you first. Be happy with you first. Okay. What did Cat Williams say? Be in tune with your star player. That's you. Are you okay with it? Do you want to do it? Because if you're not, you need to say that. It's okay to say that. Don't try to hang on to somebody simply because they fine or they make this much money. Guess what? If they know that their money can control you, they're going to forever use it. Even if they are not body, they know they can control you with their money. And they're going to do it. They can take it away they want when they want. And you can't do nothing about it. Why should you allow somebody to have that much control over your situation? And that goes for husbands, as you know, because a lot of husbands do this to their wives. That's how they control them. They'll go and find a wife. She could be beautiful, have a beautiful soul, and they will destroy her. They will break her down, make her completely dependent on them, make them feel like without them, they're nothing. And so that woman will get stuck. And she'll feel like she's stuck, like she can't do nothing without this person. That's no way for people to live. It's not okay. Do for yourself. Okay? Do for yourself. If you have kids, teach them that they have to become independent. No matter if you're going to be there for them or not, they have to become independent because one day you're not going to be there. And I know people don't like to have those conversations with their kids, but you got to understand kids will be adults one day. And you're not going to have no say-so over what they do and everything else anymore. And I find it heartbreaking that parents are disowning. I'm seeing it everywhere that parents are disowning their children. Like they're because the children are not following the same path. They have different mindsets. They have their own mindsets. Their tribe is different. And I describe it as tribe. The people who you resonate with, the like-minded individuals. You get what I'm saying? The like-minded individuals. Because these people are your tribe, the ones that get you, that sometimes you don't even have to say it. They know. You'll find that sometimes that tribe is not like your family. They're not like the people who you thought were your friends. They're different. And people will struggle with this. Because it's like, do I go to what resonates with me? Or do I stick to what I know? Sticking to what you know but keep you stagnant and in the back. I'm just telling you now. Thank you, Lolita. It will keep you stagnant because it will. So I don't want people to get hung up. And I know for Black people, we have a lot of stereotypes and we have a lot of things that we don't do because it goes against what we know, what we were taught. But I'm more of a, if y'all don't know, I'm very independent. Okay, very independent. I guess you can call me an extreme independent because my mind is like that. I think for myself. And if what you're telling me is not something that I resonate with, I will let you know. Some people feel like if you don't resonate, you should just keep your mouth closed. Don't say anything. Why? If you're giving your opinion, why can't I give mine? That's why when people are like, oh, well, why say anything at all? Why not just leave? Well, because you're telling me your opinion. And because now I want to tell you my opinion and my opinion differs from yours, you want to say that I'm being mean. I'm being mean because my opinion does not agree with yours. We're Americans. We all have free speech. Our opinions are not going to agree, and that's even with Black people. I was in somebody's live and they were trying to say that Black families take care of theirs. They wouldn't allow certain things to happen. And it was in reference to somebody talking about how they were abused and they were R-word by family members. And people were saying that the people in the comments were like, no, you know what I'm saying? You know, is that really true? Or why you just waiting to tell somebody now? As a survivor, I could tell you that is something that I will not tolerate. If you ask me this question, I'm out. Because how many of us have been in situations in childhood where we told somebody the truth about what was happening? And you were either called a liar, you were not believed, they dismissed it, or they said something like, that's not what you heard. You ain't hear nothing, you too grown. Stop talking about stuff you don't know about. I'm just saying, for me to be a survivor right now I think is very significant, because there's a lot of survivors that they don't want to talk. And now is the time for them to talk. They don't want to say, because in the Black communities, I've noticed that you will be ostracized if you talk. And what a lot of people need to understand is we were taught that at young ages, we were taught to fear the truth. Because if you spoke, you said something that an adult told you not to talk about, or, you try to get some help outside the family or anything like that, you got beat. Okay, I got beat. It's like I became so quiet, people thought I was mute. Because I wouldn't say anything. I just observed. And I couldn't understand when something happened to me as a child and the adults were teaching us that if something happened, y'all ever heard of the DARE program? Did anybody have the DARE program at school? They taught us to, say something, to speak up if something happens and whatnot. And then I did that as a child. I did that. I told somebody. Matter of fact, the adult walked in. She walked in and saw this man on top of me. Like, you walk in and you see this man holding me down and my sister. Like, you do nothing. It was hard for a lot of us. You understand what I'm saying? It was hard for a lot of kids like me, where our silence was golden for us at that time period, because it was like, why throw ourselves in such a situation that would cause us to just be hurt more if we said something? It happens so much. You have a lot of survivors out here now. They're talking because other survivors have come out. I do not just look at the color, because what we are seeing is it has been happening to all colors. But what I found is that it's not talked about as much in the Black community, and I'm trying to understand why. Why is it not talked about? Because by not talking about it, by not addressing it, it's still in the background happening. It's still happening. How many cases are you still hearing about with child abuse, child raping? molesting. Because, we're not educating each other. Some people have to learn by experience. Don't get me wrong. Some people have to learn by experience. You can't just tell them something. But when you have somebody out here who's been through it, that is the experience. To show that you're not listening is an insult. How do you expect others to come forward? You like to demonize people because they don't talk. You like to demonize people because, they isolate themselves, or they go and they decide to be with a different race. Oh, you a sellout. Thank you, Lolita. These are the types of conversations that I like to have. But it's just unfortunate that a lot of people don't like to hear stuff like this. This is not about, it's not about, people start talking about this and people immediately think, oh, she got a ploy, or she wants somebody to feel sorry for her. Oh no, I'm not that type. I'm not that type. I'm here to help people because I'm good at reading body language. I'm good at reading people through their speech. I can tell if what they're saying matches what they're doing. That's not always the case. People just got to pay attention. And for survivors, you got to understand, they have developed certain security measures that the average person might not have, that never went through this. So they're going to pick up on something that you don't. So if you see that they're backing away from something, this probably because they're sensing something and they're going into protection mode. I just want people to understand that you do have people out here who really want to help you and who really care enough to get involved. Not just to spread drama and talk about drama, but sometimes I don't know, y'all. I don't want to seem like I bash people, because I'm not trying to bash people. But I just feel like if you want real results, you got to be able to face your reality. You got to be able to stand on who you are. Be able to say why you're doing something or why you're not doing something, and stay rooted in that. Not be so quick to do something because somebody else is doing it. Because then it's like, okay, is this serving you? And if it's not, why are you continuing to do it? Because somebody else is doing it, that's not a good excuse. That's all I'm saying. I want a community where people are free to address things, address problems, talk about things that concern them, where they're in a vulnerable space, but they don't feel like that vulnerability is going to bring them hurt and pain. Where a lot of people are afraid to talk because if they say something, they're afraid of how it's going to be taken. And if it's like this in your community, if it's like this in your community, are you going to speak in your community, or are you going to go outside your community and do this? I don't shame anybody for deciding to do what makes them happy, do what brings them joy. I feel like we are going in a time where positivity is the new acceptance. where it's like we're not looking to find out just, what could go wrong, but how are we boasting everything that could go right? Or are we saying it more? Because people will find out that you putting stuff out into the universe affects you. What you say is very important. Okay, your methods of communication are very important. If you're writing something, if you're saying something, that's important because you're putting it out there in the universe and the universe hears you. So when people talk about karma, they don't understand that they create their own karma. I'm not saying that everything that happens to them, especially at a young age, is their fault. But people do create their own karma by what they communicate, how they choose to do things. If you say you're doing something to help somebody, but you hold contempt in your heart, the universe knows that as well. And eventually it's going to show. And what you're going to see now is a whole bunch of people are going to be losing people, losing friends, losing family members, losing associates, co-workers, people that they probably known for years. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to start seeing them for who they really are. When you start asking those questions that you've been, that feeling that you get where you like, oh, it's something about this person. That stuff going to start coming out because people are going to stop being afraid of talking and voicing themselves because they are fearing this, that, and the other. You got to live for you. Don't do things. Stop this go along to get along mentality that a lot of people do. Because you don't know who in your circle. And if you going along to get along, how many other ones are doing that? That's all I'm saying. Like, I want you to be more mindful of yourself. I want you to focus on you. Because you'll find out that when you're a better you, your children are a better them. I had to find out after I had kids how much my energy affected them. Because I didn't know. I had no idea that how I was feeling or if I was going through something, it was affecting them. And it could be a situation where I don't bring my problems to my kids. I try to hide it. I'm behind my door. I'm crying or I'm frustrated. But my kids feel that. They cried and didn't know why they was crying. And I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't like it. But there's a connection there. And you have to be able to be in the moment with your kids and help them to understand that in that moment, y'all have a connection. Y'all are with each other and y'all are supporting each other. And mama loves you just like you love her. That is important to be embraced, both by the child and the mother. It's important to be embraced like that. You're teaching something to your child in that moment, even if you know it or not. You're teaching your child that it's okay for them to be vulnerable with you. I didn't have that coming up. I had to learn that through my children. My children were the ones to open me up to unconditional love because I grew up with conditional love. You know that, what it feels like to be in a household with parents that don't give you recognition until you do something rewarding. Say, for instance, you have high achieving parents and they want you to go to school and be able to graduate and go to college and stuff like that. So you're thinking, okay, I know I got to do this. I got to graduate and stuff like this. Where you come home with A's, B's, A's and B's, it's good. You get things from that. They love on you and stuff like that. As soon as you come home with a D, maybe even a C, it's a different situation. You know, they make you feel like you have to do something in order to get the love from them. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of us who grew up that way, where I knew that if I did this, she would love on me. She would hug, she would take care for me and stuff like that. But so I was always a pleaser. I grew up a pleaser. I grew up very responsible. I knew how to take care of everybody. I knew how to. I was responsible at a young age, because I knew that my mom would be appreciative of that, if nothing else. But if I didn't do something, I got slapped. I had a bottle thrown at my head where I had a knot like this going to school. I got accused of, as a child, I got accused of, trying to mess with her boyfriends, all kind of stuff. I mean, it was all in her head. And the thing about it is I had to understand that my mom couldn't give me what she didn't have. And your parents can't give you, it's hard for them to give you what they didn't have, especially if they never learned that that what they were doing may not have been appropriate or may not have been the right way to do it. If they never learned that that was wrong, or that, something was wrong with that process, then they only can do what they knew to do. So I'm thankful that when my mom left here, I had already reconciled with her. I had forgiven her. We had already talked. I was happy about that. Because for the longest time, we were not talking. We had to love each other from afar, because that's how bad it was coming up. So if I can give back to people now to help them understand their children, I will. I can help them understand what the child is conveying to them, what the child is communicating to them. And it could be as simple as them needing attention from you and you not recognizing that that's what it is. So every time they come to you and you're shunning them off because you got something to do, because we all get busy, you're taking away that attention from them. So now they're seeking it somewhere else. They're not getting it from mom. They're not getting it from dad. So what do they do next? When I tell y'all that an eye-opening event for me was when my daughter had a phone, I wasn't really monitoring it like that. And I decided to go through it. And when I went through it, she had an app on her phone that she was using. I don't know if y'all heard of Discord. I think it's called Discord. But she was using this app. And I wanted to cry so bad. She was talking to somebody that she met on the game. And, on the game, you don't know if somebody's really an adult or a child. Because you have adults that create children accounts that pose as children. Or you have people that are it's nonetheless. She was talking to this person and she kept saying friend, friend, friend. And I was like, who is this friend? Who is this friend? She said he, and it stopped me in my tracks. So she didn't want to tell me the person's age. So I knew that was a red flag. So it turns out that I want to say he's like 23, 22, 23, something like that, talking to her on this app. And the next thing you know, I'm scrolling down and reading. He asking her to send him pictures. Because what he did, he calls her Roblox. He calls her Roblox account to get blocked because it said something about nudity or sex or something like that. He calls it to get blocked, and she wanted it back. She just wanted her account back. So she was asking him to give it back. He wouldn't give it back, and he was basically saying, "Well, what you gonna do for it?" Long story short, y'all, my daughter was sending this dude pictures of herself. Okay. I'm telling y'all this because I want y'all to be mindful of your children. The pedophile stuff is real, okay? And it's on a whole nother level. Okay, it hurt me to find that out that she had sent him pictures, and I spoke to her about it. But what I didn't do is I didn't make her feel I tried not to make her feel like she did something wrong, even though I tried to emphasize to her that it's important for you to make sure that you're not just entertaining people just to be friends with them. You know, you don't need to just get people's attention because you feel like nobody understands you. So the first person that decides to talk to you or show you attention, you feel like you have to do the things they want you to do, or you're doing things with them and you think it's okay because this person is your friend. No. I want my daughter to be in a safe place where she comes and talks to me about things. So the way I spoke to her is like, yes, I let her know that what she did was um, not respectful. I let her know that it hurt me. And I let her know that I feel like what she was doing is looking for attention. And I let her know that if it's something that you need, I would rather you come to me. If you want to talk, I'm here. No matter what I got going on, I'm here. If it's something I'm doing at the time where I'm brushing you off and I'm like, not right now, always know I'm coming to you. I'm going to come back to you. Maybe I can't have the conversation right then, but I'm coming back to you. If it's an emergency, you need to tell me that. Because when kids are in distress, you don't know what measures they can go to, especially if they feel like they can't come to you or you always shunning them away. You might no longer be a safe person for them anymore. I never want to feel like that with my children. So I teach this to my son and my daughter, that even though mama is a no nonsense mama, I'm still here to be vulnerable with you when you need me to be. It's important for parents to be in the moment with their kids. I cannot stress this enough because I thought that my kids were open enough with me that they wouldn't do something like this, because I talk to them all the time and I let them know, it's predators online. And I don't shield my children from much, because if you think about it, you shield your child from stuff, where they going to find it at? We didn't have the internet like that coming up. But these kids are growing up with it. That's why the children now are so damn smart. They're doing stuff that we didn't start doing until after damn high school. Or maybe in high school. They're doing it now at young ages. They have so much information that they can get a hold of because of the internet. And if we're not, we are supposed to be guiding, overviewing, being over that type of stuff. We're supposed to. It's not that we're trying to be strict parents or we want to keep our kids back. No, that's not what we're doing. We're mama bears. Okay? This is what we do. And daddies, this is what we do. This is what we're supposed to be doing. Because if your kid is not getting it from you, who are they getting it from? You can't wait until they get in high school and then be like, now it's time to pay attention. Not anymore, you can't. This is starting early, especially when you got 12 and 13-year-olds getting pregnant. Where's mom? Where's dad? You gotta live for you and your child, because when you decided to have children, you decided to take on that obligation. You had to be, even if the daddy ain't doing what he's supposed to do, because we all know they crazy, but that does not absolve them from their responsibility. And it's time for us to start holding them accountable for what they supposed to be doing too. And it's not just financial. It's not just financial, because you got women out here that are getting it. They're getting their money. So it's not far-fetched for a woman to be the one that's financially providing and the dad to be the one that's taking care of other stuff. But you got to understand that the child came in this world with a mother and a father. There are two sides to your child. And when they're not exemplifying your behavior, they're exemplifying his behavior. Who's going to know how to address that behavior? Who's going to recognize that behavior? That parent. But if that parent is not around to help, it all falls on the other parent, and that's not fair. That's not fair. But a community of us are able to help each other, even if you're a single mom or you're a single dad, it's nothing for you to get into a community of other single moms and single dads that can help you figure out how to do something. Or children, a lot of times the children are not open to speaking with their parents. They may open up to another parent. Not necessarily coming off as a therapist but children need to feel like there's a sense of trust there. They need to feel safe. They need to feel like they're protected. And sometimes they don't even feel like that with their parents. And I can help parents hone in on what children are trying to convey to them if they don't understand it. Because you have a lot of parents out here who don't understand their children. They don't understand why. Your children are reflections of you. So if your children are showing behavior issues or they're showing problems, it may be that there is something in you that either has not been resolved or has not been acknowledged so that you can recognize it in your child. So sometimes you have to take a step back and think about it. Did you have to deal with something like this? It may not be you, it may be the other parent. But this is where the community, when you have a community, they get involved, or you talk to them, people you trust and people you can relate to, they can help you with that. They can help you navigate that because they've been there. This is the type of environment I'm interested in promoting, where you really getting results from the help. And people are not looking to judge. You know what I'm saying? It's not about that. I'm not looking to be like Miss Know-It-All. No. I just want to see that you're being in the moment. You're being in the present with what's going on. You can't say, I know, and then turn around and be like, I don't understand. You get what I'm saying? I hope I'm making sense, y'all. I hope I'm making sense because I can just go. But it's like, if you say that the children are the future, what are you doing? What are you doing to make sure that? Because it breaks my heart every time I see something coming up about another case of pedophilia, another child getting abused, a mom who has her baby in the street while she's in the bar drinking. This is real shit. A bystander is driving, and this is at night, and sees the baby in the road and calls 911 after she goes to get it out the road. And the mom was right there in a bar. This is where we at as parents. And I can't believe it. Why as a parent do you feel like there's not something wrong with you? People are hiding, and I'm telling y'all shit that's real, okay? People dropping their kids off at care facilities. This person had a care facility in her home, and a mother went to go pick up her child. Well, she knew she dropped her off. Went to go pick up her mother, her children, her child, and the lady told her her child wasn't there. They had to call DCFS. DCFS came to check on the children because a parent reported that her child wasn't there, and this apparently this facility had been called. They had DCFS involved before, okay? And come to find out, when the police got there and searched the property, they couldn't immediately see any children. The person who was in charge of the facility kept saying there were no children there at first. Then she changed it and said the children were at the park. So the detectives, it aroused their curiosity even more. So they kept searching, and come to find out the lady had a trap door. She had a trap door in her house. The social workers was like, well, we can hear music. Where's the music coming from? Do you have a basement? The lady said, no, there is no basement. The trap door led down to the basement. Because after the social worker said, I can hear music, then the daycare facility operator was texting on her phone. She must have told somebody to turn the music off. Because when they got downstairs, they found 25 children in there. 25 kids. The lady was hiding other people's children. Dirty diapers everywhere. The children weren't being fed, nothing. How did we get to this point? How do we get to this point? Do we really know who we have our children with? I'm just saying. I'm just trying to. This is the type of stuff that I'm on. These are the type of things that I want people to talk about. And this is everyday stuff that mothers have to deal with, that fathers got to deal with. And the same thing goes for who you bringing in your bedroom. Are you bringing Paul in there or Paulette? Is he really there for you or is he there for your babies? Because you have men out here who are going after single women with children. That's their target. They're targeting women with children. You know why? Because they're not there for the mother. The mother's easy. She easy, especially if she's vulnerable and naive. She's easy. But that ain't who they want. I done been through so much shit, y'all. I'm trying to tell you. And this is why I'm such a protector for mine. Okay? Nothing goes, nothing get past me. I know you do, Miss Lolita, because I was saying the same thing. Like, what the hell? No, I'm serious. This really did happen. She was lying about it. You know why she was lying about it? Because her fucking license was suspended. She wasn't supposed to be operating the daycare facility. And the reason it got suspended is because she had more children than she was supposed to have. That's why she was hiding them. And after that, she already knew. She already knew that shit was getting shut down. She was never going to be in business again. And she definitely went to jail for obstruction, for sure, and child neglect. The parents, you know what I'm saying? It's like, for me as a parent, if I drop my kids off to a facility where my kids are supposed to be with this licensed daycare facility operator, and she tells me my kids ain't in that house, the reason why I'm going to have to call the cops is because I'll take it there. I will take it there for mine. So I'm going to have to call the cops. Because if they're not there, ain't nothing stopping me. But I was asking those same questions too. How did this happen? Like, what are the policies that take place within the states to make sure that this type of shit don't happen? If you operate in a daycare facility and you're not supposed to have but what, 6 kids maybe? And I think it varies. But if you're not, you can only have but so many infants. If you're trying to get more money though, you're gonna take on, you have people who like, listen, it's about my money. They say I can only have 8, but if I can get 10, 12, 15 in here, I'm gonna do it. No, that's how you lose your license. But to hide somebody's kids in a whole trap door, that's dangerous as hell. And not only that, but you got mothers who are participating in their children being abused. A woman just got sentenced for allowing the man she was involved with and another woman to sexually abuse both of her children, where the lady would hold the child down. The lady was holding the baby down, Okay, not the mother, but the other woman. She was holding the baby down, and the man was on the other end. And I don't have to tell y'all the rest. And unfortunately, the baby died. Okay, I'm calling her a baby because I usually refer to the children as babies, but she was actually like 12 or 13 when this happened. And this was recent. And that's why I'm telling you, you have mothers who are involved with this shit. Where people who have an attraction and a fascination with kids, because that's what pedophilia is. Make no mistake, pedophilia is an attraction to children. You know how us, I'm attracted to a man. I'm attracted to a female adult, okay? But you have men and women who are attracted to children. And it's unfortunate that this baby died with her mother watching it happen. And when I say, not only did they abuse her, but after they unalived her, they dismembered her. So if I don't stress nothing else, I'm going to try to stress this as much as I can. Please protect your children and please know what's going on with your children. And just because you are attracted to someone, that doesn't mean that that person is of good character. You really got to take the time out to know who you're dealing with. Check their background. And you'd be surprised. It's people out here with medical degrees, business degrees, business practices. Okay, we talking about doctors, we talking about lawyers, we talking about policemen, firefighters, we talking about people who are out here as public servants as well. Smart people. People you hold in high regard that are doing this stuff. So, if I don't do nothing else, like I would like to stress that in the community that I build. I would like to stress that. I would like for us to talk about stuff like this. If you have questions about somebody or you feel like, something ain't sitting right with you about this person, whether you do it as a community, whether you reach out to me individually, however, that's what I'm here for. That's the type of vibe I'm on. You'll be surprised at who's involved. Don't just look at it as it's just men. It's women too. It's women too. It's mothers. It's fathers. You got cases out here coming out about fathers molesting their own children, having babies, all kind of stuff. That stuff has been happening since I was a child, though. I'm just glad that people are bringing it to the light. Don't be afraid to talk about it. Like if you're not sure about something, ask somebody. Ask somebody, please. I've been ranting, y'all. I've been ranting, but I really did need to come on here so I could give y'all like a feel for who I am. Okay. I really wanted to give y'all a feel because you might watch my videos and you might feel like, oh, well, damn, she hard. What's wrong with her? And blah, blah. I just know some shit. You know what I'm saying? I know some shit. I'm a realist and I talk that shit. I really do. I walk it as well. Okay. I do have a head on me. I'm full of wisdom. It's just I have to break out of my shell and start talking to you guys more. So I appreciate you if you stayed with me on my live today. I'm glad that I got some new subscribers. I appreciate it. And feel free to like call you know, if you got questions, let me know. My stuff is in the description. If you want to send me an email, message, anything like that. But I'm gonna try to come on more. Um Thank you. Thank you, Miss Vet. I appreciate it. If I'm gonna try to come on more and y'all come with questions. Like if y'all have questions about stuff, like my background is so vast. Like I said, I'm a vet. I am a vet. um, but I just have I just I'm a wealth of knowledge. It's just that I got to get it out there. So I appreciate y'all support. I thank you, and I will be back. Y'all have a good day. All right. I'm happy I did this. Finally, y'all. I'm happy. I finally did this. Okay.